Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Bumi, and today we are watching Bioshock Explained by Storymode. Yes, uh, with the shit going on around the world right now, specifically in Ukraine and Russia, I got an itching to find like a good stress relief from all the craziness. So yeah, we are retreating again back to another like internet historian video in his other channel Story Mode. So yeah, Bioshock is a game that I am somewhat familiar with. I haven't actually played any of the trilogy simply because it still freaks me out. Yeah, if you don't know, I easily get spooked when it comes to jump scare. That's why I try to stay away from any scary videos to react to or any scary games in particular. And yeah, I don't know why. Bioshock just freaks me out. Between the big daddies and the little sisters, it's just too creepy for me. So yeah, let's just go ahead and check this out. So remember, if you like reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
I'm tired.
Me too.
Bioshock. The adventure begins on an aeroplane in the
The intros are
1960s.
so
We
good.
play as Jack, no last name. He's enjoying a cigarette on a plane because it is the 1960s, and Jack is about to open what looks like a birthday present from his parents. What do people get for their birthday in the 60s when you're an adult?
More cigarettes.
Uh-oh. But then the plane is starting to go down.
More cigarettes.
Jack miraculously survives the crash and swims towards a nearby lighthouse. And there are no survivors around. He's the only one. He's like Tom Hanks in that movie. So Jack heads inside the lighthouse. The door slams behind him. There's a large statue bust of a man with a banner that says, "No gods or kings, only man."
No girls.
Jack heads downstairs when he finds a submarine, and he hops in it, and it takes him underwater.
And there's an in-flight movie, and Jack watches a video narrated by a man called Andrew Ryan. He's the same guy that's from that statue in the lighthouse. So this Andrew Ryan guy talks about how he doesn't like religion or communism. Turns out that Andrew Ryan has made an underwater city, and he's called it
Rapture, yep.
What if you don't like religion? Why have you named it after a religious concept?
Just as the submarine is coming to the end of its trip,
that's
Jack hears
actually true.
talking over a radio. It's some guy called Atlas, and he's talking to another guy called Johnny about the plane crash, and there's a breach in security.
So we are the breach in security.
We're the bad men. Yeah.
So the bathysphere parks in a building, and then Jack witnesses a murder. The figure of the murderer cannot be made out. It starts attacking Jack's bathysphere, and then all of a sudden it retreats.
I don't want to anymore. I'm bored.
Jack then finds a radio and gets through to Atlas. Atlas says he's going to help Jack get out of the whole situation, and we'll get you back on dry land.
Oh, what a nice chap.
I know, right? Then Atlas tells Jack that he's going to have to lure the splicer out of hiding. Wait, why does he have to lure
Because that's what the radio says.
As Jack maneuvers his way around the submarine station, we notice what looks to be protest signs.
Ryan does not own us.
Jack eventually encounters the splicer, but then Atlas comes to the rescue. Ha, look at this, it's a floodlight. And then the splicer's, oh no, and then it's full of bullets and stuff. So Atlas tells Jack to arm himself with a wrench and to fight his way out. And so Jack does. Along the way, Jack finds a rogue needle with some red goo in it.
Yep.
So he
Sticking in.
How does he know to inject it there?
Instinctually, I see a needle, I think to myself, I have to stick it in my body.
Anyway, he injects it, and then it changes his genetic code. But Jack does not come down. Instead, he jumps off the banister.
So
I think he
Jack
fell.
wakes up and there's a splicer saying, "Oh, it looks like you've had your cherry popped." The splicers make a run for it when there's a far-off rumbling. Jack is then approached by a little girl. It's referred to as a little sister and her pet robot thing, which she calls Mr. Bubbles. And they both decide to leave him there and walk away.
Big
Jack
daddy.
eventually just gets off the ground, and Atlas tells Jack that thing you just stabbed into yourself is full of something called plasmid, and now you can shoot lightning from your hands. Atlas then explains, "I need you to help me with rescuing my
Convenient.
family. I need them to escape from Rapture. They're waiting in a submarine in a place called Neptune's Bounty. Get on it."
So Jack decides that he's going to Neptune's Bounty, and then Atlas also
proceed
goes on
to-
tell... God, there's so much exposition.
Proceed to kill everyone along his path.
Hold on, I'm not done,
Of
says Atlas.
course.
Also, the plasmids changed everything about Rapture.
Best friends butchering one another. Babies strangled in cribs.
They changed the bodies of the people, and everyone lost their mind, and it was really not as good as you would think. So Jack's running through, and then he encounters a little sister.
Hey, by the way, listen up. It's Atlas here, still on the line. Just to let you know, these little sisters, they were innocent little girls, but then we genetically modified them to extract Adam from people's bodies. Just thought I'd let you know. Still here, still on the line. All right, gonna fade off from the distance now. Catch you later. By the way,
What's
don't
Adam?
leave. I'm bored.
Adam is a special genetic material found in Rapture that has to be extracted from a special type of sea slug, and that's the thing that plasmids are made out of. Adam, apparently, is in popular demand, and limited supply means everybody does what they can to get their hands on it. Also, Little Sister's always accompanied by these big killer robot things called big... I don't want to say that out loud. Called big fathers to help keep her
Big
safe.
fathers. Yep.
Anyway, Jack gets closer to Neptune's bounty, but Andrew Ryan seems to have gotten word of Jack being there, and he blocks his path.
No.
So Jack has to take a detour through the medical pavilion, where Andrew Ryan calls on Jack.
Hey, who sent ya? You're one of them agents from the surface, aren't ya?
So then Ryan tells the Splicers and other security people to try and stop him. And then we're wandering around the medical pavilion, and then Jack enters a plastic surgeon clinic owned by Dr. Steinman. I'm rearranging the sentences in my head. Who has the only key to the emergency exit. Why would you need a key to the emergency exit?
Isn't it just usually like you press like that bar?
Yeah.
That's the whole point of an emergency exit.
Yeah, that's
Dr.
actually
Steinman
true.
was a world-renowned plastic surgeon above ground and was invited to make a life in Rapture under the sea. With the advancements, thanks to Adam, Steinman was able to create beauty
Chad.
like never before seen in his career. But the beauty drove him mad, and that catches us up to the present time because we watch him torture a bunch of bodies. And then Jack knocks out Dr. Stein. Ha, give me that. And also the key. And he makes his way out of the clinic. On his way out, Jack meets Bridget Tenenbaum.
More people.
And she's helping defend a little sister. And then Atlas says,
Listen, okay, these little sisters, Tenenbaum engineered them, and she's very protective of them. Don't go close to them, she'll bite you.
so Tenenbaum asks Jack not to hurt the little sister. But then Atlas says,
How about you don't do that? How about you harvest the little sisters of that sweet, sweet Adam? You need that in order to survive.
so then Tenenbaum
Yeah,
gives Jack a vial.
I heard that there are like multiple endings to this depending on how you treat the little sisters.
That will allow him to extract Adam out of the little sisters. Why does Tenenbaum give Jack a vial? Act against her own interest.
No, but it doesn't actually harvest the sisters. So it's like the best of both worlds. You get the Adam, but they also survive.
Okay, then Tenenbaum tells Jack if he helps her save the little sisters, she will make it worth his while. So cornering the little girl, Jack chooses to rescue the little sister and turning her back to normal. And then Jack pretty much does that to all the little girls that we did. This is what we did in this run. We just spared them all.
Yes,
And,
in this run that we did.
Yeah, that we played on a console.
On a Sega Saturn.
This clearly annoys Atlas. He then carries on with his journey, and along the way, Jack injects more of the plasmid stuff, and he gets the superhuman abilities and all that stuff. And then he finds Neptune's bounty. Hooray!
Yay.
He travels through Fontaine Fisheries to get to the smuggler's port, where Atlas's family is waiting for him in a submarine. However, there's one thing stopping him from getting through Fontaine's Fisheries. A man named Peach Wilkins, who seems to be suffering from an extreme case of paranoia.
You laughing at my name? No.
I would never.
I heard that.
He then asks Jack,
Hey, are you working with some dude named Fontaine?
but Jack does not know who Fontaine is. And then Peach Wilkins says to Jack,
You can come in, but only if you have some pictures of some nice spider splicers.
spider splicers are splicers except they can climb. Oxford English Dictionary definition. So Jack goes and finds a camera and snaps some pictures for Peach Wilkins.
Thank you. I'm going to do something with them.
He brings back the photos to Peach, and then Peach says...
Come on in, friend.
He then makes Jack leave his weapons behind in a locked tube by the entrance. As they enter, Peach and a bunch of other randoms ambush Jack because...
I reckon you're working with Fontaine. I think you lied before.
But then Jack fights him off. Jack defeats Peach and his goons.
So Jack's getting closer to the submarine, and Andrew Ryan doesn't like that. So he sets off an explosive and he blows the sub to pieces. Alice is really sad about the death of his wife and his child, as you, I suppose, would be. And he vows,
Yeah.
I'll get revenge on you, Ryan.
And we'll tear his heart out.
Atlas kindly asks Jack to head towards Ryan so they can kill him.
You'd be devastated if anything happened to Big Bertha? What's her fucking name? Melinda.
On the way to killing Ryan, the first stop is in Arcadia. Arcadia was created by a renowned botanist named Julie Langford. So all the trees and all the plants in the Arcadia act as the oxygen source for all of Rapture. Keeps them alive.
You know, most of the oxygen actually comes from the ocean.
Wasn't it like algae and that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's algae.
It's
Hey,
actually
do
algae.
research. Some sort of botanist she is. Dumbass. Langford was invited to start a life in Rapture by Ryan himself. And while she was here, she invented a serum that has the ability to bring Flora back to life. As Jack is wandering about, Ryan floods Arcadia with a bunch of toxic gas and kills all the plants, which is a very dumb idea because that means he's going to run out of oxygen. Jack and
Yep,
Atlas have to
that's
find
true.
Langford and get her tree-saving serum. Jack finds Langford, who tells him,
I don't have any of the ingredients for the tree-saving serum.
"That's very unfortunate. I'll go off and collect some ingredients for you." He gives the ingredients for
Thank
Dr. Langford, and she makes him the serum. But Ryan has found out that she's creating the serum and doesn't want that. No, I poisoned those plants for a reason. Ryan isn't too happy about Langford making her tree-saving serum for Jack, and he floods her office with poisonous gas. If he could just fill any room with poisonous gas, why not just do that to anywhere where
Yeah,
Jack is?
that's actually
Jack
true.
just stands there and watches her. And because Jack just stood there and watched her die, he has to make the serum on his own now.
Jack fights off some more splices and then mixes up some ingredients for the serum and he saves all the trees.
Yay!
We continue on
Magic.
towards the metro line, but when we get there, an artist named Sander Cohen is talking.
I'm going to stop you from getting aboard the Rapture Metro lines.
And then Atlas tells Jack,
That Sander Cohen guy, he's an artist, but like all artists, he's a psychopath, so be careful.
then Cohen cuts off Jack's communications with Atlas, and Jack has to go find Sander Cohen, right? Jack finds himself in Fort Frolic, the cultural and entertainment district of Rapture. Fort Frolic has some theaters and a casino and even a strip club.
Still in operation.
Even after the oxygen is
Still-
gone, Cohen
still
then
in
leads Jack
operation.
to Fleet Hall. Here he finds a man, Fitzpatrick, who's plastered to a piano stool, and then the piano suddenly explodes. And then Cohen asks Jack to take a picture of it,
Take him as he is.
which he does.
What?
Click, click. Cohen then tells Jack,
I'll let you back onto the Metro, and you can keep on with your mission to kill Andrew Ryan, but first, I want you to kill and take some pictures of 3 of my disciples.
what kind of pictures?
Or whatever you're feeling like.
I agree. So Jack tracks down Cohen disciple number 1, Finnegan, and then he kills him and stuff. Then number 2, and that's Silas Kolb, and he does that as well. And then number 3 with Hector Rodriguez. You don't need to know all the details, it's boring. Anyway, once he gets all the photos for Cohen, Jack puts them in frames within a weird statue, and then Sander Cohen appears at the top of the staircase, and he
Hello.
tells him,
But you can now go to Andrew Ryan. Thank you for doing this running around task for me.
Atlas also gets back in contact with Jack, and he says,
I'm going to lead you to the final parts towards Ryan's lair. You're welcome.
and then on his way there, it becomes clear that Ryan likes to decorate the place with corpses of people who have betrayed him. Oh, something's wrong with this Ryan fella. However, getting to Ryan isn't as simple as going through a doorway. Jack, in fact, has to make a bomb to blow up a circuit system that keeps Ryan's door locked. So he does that, and then he goes in to meet Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, I'm not Ryan. It's a twist.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
I
the
think's
would
a
you
little complicated
kindly
because the
thing.
game assumes that you have a prior knowledge about something, and I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, you obviously weren't listening to the audio logs.
Okay, let's go through the stuff on the wall. The picture in the middle is Jack, so that's us. That is Dr. Suchong. Conveniently, in this room
Suchong.
there's also a recording of Dr. Suchong's experiments. He did a lot of medical experiments with Adam during his time in Rapture, especially on the children.
Baby is now a year old.
But basically, he made child soldiers and they would follow any order using a trigger phrase. The phrase is, would you kindly? And this is the phrase that Atlas has been saying to Jack all game.
You kindly leg it over to the spear and get on.
Yeah,
Can you believe
that's
it? What a
right.
twist. Quick, do an M. Night Shyamalan impression.
I...
And that means that Atlas has been controlling Jack, which means that Jack is one of those child soldier things, and he was born in Rapture. And according to this big board of secrets, he's the child of Andrew Ryan and this woman, Jasmine Jolene. Anyway, can you see this bald man? That's Frank Fontaine. He got mentioned once before by
Yep.
Peaches. Frank bought Jack's embryo on the black market. Yeah, I was just sitting around on a drawer. Why not? Just not doing anything with it. And got Dr. Suchong to experiment on him. Eventually, Fontaine and Ryan became enemies. And then the Rapture Civil War broke out. It's like that movie with all those superheroes in it. And then Jack was sent to the above ground until it was decided that he was needed. Remember that gift that Jack had on the plane at the start of the game? Well, look at the note.
The note says, "Would you kindly?" That was the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that the child soldiers from the other thing.
Right.
Yep.
He was commanded to hijack the plane and come down to Rapture. Right, that's why he was the only survivor. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Jack
so
makes
he's
it to
like
Ryan's
a
office
super
where he's
soldier.
playing the golf.
Oh, what an evil man.
Ryan taunts Jack about being nothing but a tool with no free will, which is not a great idea because Jack then beats Ryan to death with a golf club.
Who has no free will now? Dad?
Atlas then asks Jack to grab Ryan's master key to turn on the machine that does nothing very specific at all. And then Atlas reveals himself to be...
I'm actually Fontaine.
He had faked
Dun,
his
dun,
own death
dun.
to throw Ryan off the scent, and then used Jack to do his bidding to take over Rapture. And it looks like it's all coming to an end for Jack. But then, Dr. Tannenbaum and the Little Sisters come to help. They somehow help Jack to fit through a vent system. Grease me up, woman. And they help him escape. Jack then blacks out.
Because he's being crammed into a vent with no oxygen.
Jack then wakes up in Dr. Tannenbaum's secret hideout. Here she's been rehabilitating the Little Sisters. They can walk again.
They're no longer addicted to needles.
And also, while Jack was taking that nap, she deactivated some of his brainwashing. And then Jack decides to go off and find Fontaine. I gotta find him. But then Fontaine isn't done with his mind control tricks for Jack. And Fontaine states...
Code Yellow.
Now, Code Yellow is the control used over Jack's body to slow his heart. So Jack has to go find Dr. Schlong's old office in the Olympus Heights district. Here, Jack finds an antidote and reverses his heart-stopping problem. And then
Of
he
course.
sets off to kill Fontaine. But Fontaine says,
Haha, you cannot get me. I have locked myself in a room.
foiled again. And the only way to get through is with the help of the Little Sisters. So, Jack puts on this outfit thing, and then...
So now Jack's a big daddy, and Jack and the Little
Big
Sisters fight their
daddy.
way through to Fontaine's lair. But now Fontaine has pumped himself with a huge amount of Adam. Jack tries to
Yeah.
extract the Adam from Fontaine, and they
There's
fight.
some-
Yeah.
Very good. And then Jack subdues Fontaine long enough for the Little Sisters to ambush him, and they extract the Adam themselves.
Imagine losing
And
to a
then
bunch
they
of little
kill
girls.
Fontaine. Yay!
Yay.
Now everything has been saved.
Yay.
Jack is offered the key to Rapture. Here you go. You want to live here, right? But he does not take it. And instead he returns to the above land with some of the Little Sisters. Okay.
I like
And
it says some of the Little Sisters, like he just leaves
with
the other
some
ones
of them
down.
there, yeah. He cares for them, and then they go on to live normal lives. Successful lives. They graduate from college. They get married. They have children themselves. And the game ends with the Little Sisters holding Jack's hand as he peacefully passes away from old age. It's a lot to adopt, like 20 kids
that's
all at
true.
once. Did he have a life?
I was gonna say, does he have a job? Does he have his own family?
Were they like, oh, would you
Hey,
kindly adopt
hey.
quickly?
Don't poke at the plot holes there.
Could you imagine if he's flying back to like meet his family or something like that?
Hmm.
Then he just rocks up. Oh, by the way, meet the rest of your sisters. I've brought 20 of them with me.
Where did you get these? Show me where you found these.
Bottom of the ocean. What do you mean?
Why are their eyes red?
They're just full of red goo. They've been injecting themselves.
Take off the suit. I can't hear you through the... What are you drilling for?
The suit makes me feel like a big man. I want to be under the water again. This is where I belong. Sitting at the bottom of the pool, just on a chair in the suit.
One like was how am I supposed to cook a dinner for 21 people every single night and still hold the 9 to 5 job? Wow. That's actually true. It's better if you don't think about it. Well, now I don't need to play the game. I know what happens, and quite frankly, it wasn't that appealing. I think I'm not sure. Yeah, didn't Bioshock just got a remastered a couple of years ago, so it might be good now. But the graphics was definitely, but then again, it was an older game, and from what I've heard, it's one of the better games from, well, way back in the, when was it released? 2010 to 2015, right? Somewhere along that time frame. I probably won't be playing it anytime soon, not unless if it's given out for free in in the Epic Game Store. Maybe I could check it out, but yeah. Still though, that was a really interesting story. I'm not sure. I think they have Bioshock 3 is the more modern one that took place in the sky. So I don't know what happened to Bioshock 2, so I can't really say. But yeah, that's just gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Again, we are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!